he's always talking about, oh, I'll deal with it, or I'll bring you a spray. He brings a spray from the Home Depot. That stuff, like sprayed on the roaches, they were like, what are you doing, right? I mean, we got kamikaze roaches. I mean, you should see these things. They crawl on the ceiling. I get ready to hit them. They jump and they run away. I'm like...
This is the plaintiff, Stephen Colon. He says he moved into a home the defendant owns and soon discovered the place was infested with roaches. The disgusting little critters got into all of his belongings, ruining them, and the defendant won't do anything about it. His PlayStation, DVD player, laptop, and TV are all fried out, and he's here suing for the $2,838 it's going to cost him to replace his beloved things. This is the defendant, Asaf Hussein. He says the plaintiff always had a problem making the rent, and when he was finally fed up and started an eviction process, the plaintiff comes up with this bogus roach problem. Now, all of a sudden, the guy's suing him for his ruined belongings? Come on, man. He's accused of bugging out a friend.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Stephen Colon.
Yes,
you are
good morning.
suing Asaf Hussein for $2,838 in items that you say were destroyed by a roach infestation. Okay, tell me what's going on.
Well, ma'am, I moved into this place in September of 2012. I met Mr. Hussein in Brooklyn.
That's right. You met him. You moved in September.
He had a house. You know, we had struck up a conversation, bought a new house. I asked him, listen, I was looking for a room. He said he had one.
So what were you renting, an apartment or a room?
A room.
A room where?
It's on...
Do other people have the other rooms?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. How many people live there?
On my floor, which is the attic, is two guys there. One guy's not there. And I haven't seen him in a while. I think he moved to Florida.
Okay. Are you still there?
Yes. I'm on the verge of moving out very soon.
Okay. And then do you live in the building?
No, Mom, I'm living next door.
Okay. And so there's other people on the second floor and first floor?
Yes.
All right. So go on. You discovered a roach problem when?
Actually, when I first moved in, that night I was noticing roach come out here, roach come out there. You know, I didn't pay it really no mind. But then it just got worse and worse and worse. Now, I had to deal with this man that, because I'm on Social Security, I'm on disability.
What's the nature of your disability?
I was hit by a car.
Okay. Physical?
Yeah, physical.
Okay.
I told him I used to call him up right before my check day, which is always the 3rd of the month, unless it's on a Saturday, and I call him earlier. And I say, you pick me up, take me to the bank, I'll hand you your rent.
Why would the landlord be responsible to pick you up and take you to...
Well, this is what agreement we had before, okay? Now, the thing is, I'm always, every time telling him, listen, we got roach problems. We got roach problems. We got roach. This needs to be done. Month after month, he's always talking about, oh, I'll deal with it, or I'll bring you a spray. He brings a spray from the Home Depot. That stuff, like sprayed on the roaches, they were like, what are you doing, right? I mean, we got kamikaze roaches. I mean, you should see these things. They crawl on the ceiling. I get ready to hit them. They jump and they run away. I'm like, what is this?
Okay. Was an exterminator ever called?
Yes. After, when he did his proceedings to have me evicted, right? Okay, I finally went to...
Okay, hold on. When did you file to have him evicted?
He got evicted on the 29th of January.
Is that when you filed?
No, he filed in December.
In December. When did you hear about roaches?
Well, actually, when he went in, there were a few roaches. And we tried to get it off. We bought stuff, we sprayed it, we put the gel and whatever. And in August, September, he stopped paying his rent.
Wait, in August or September, he stopped paying his rent. But
right.
what happened between when he first moved in and August or September? Wait. Let me ask my question.
Yes.
What happened between when he first moved in and you put the gel and August and September? Were there any roach complaints?
Well, yes, there were a few roaches, not much. But we tried our best to get it done. At least
Wait, throughout the
knows.
whole 9 months?
No, not all the time there were roaches. When we sprayed it, it kind of died away.
And then how
then-
soon later would he complain?
Well, ma'am, after he stopped paying his rent in August,
That's my question. When was the next time he
he complained in,
After you filed for eviction?
yes, in
So
January.
between the time he moved in and you handled it, did he complain between then and the time of the eviction?
No, he complained after the eviction again. When I evicted him and...
So after you filed for the eviction, that's the second time he complained?
Yes.
Or he complained throughout that time and you would just handle it?
No, Your Honor, no.
Okay. So the eviction was filed in September,
Yes,
and then you were granted a court order for him to move out when?
the 29th of January.
And he's still
get a
there
court-
today on
no,
the...
that's next month.
Why so far away?
That's
If he's
the
not, is he
question,
paying
yeah.
rent or he's not paying rent?
But he's not paying no rent.
I don't understand the court system. Where are you from?
New York City.
New York.
I don't understand it. What would be the reason why he gets to stay there rent-free when the rest of us schmoes have to pay rent?
Yeah, ma'am, that's allowed over there.
Exactly, I know. I don't understand it. Are you paying rent into the court registry?
No, ma'am.
You're just skating?
No, they
Since
just-
when? When have you not paid rent?
I haven't paid rent since August of last year, okay? Actually, and the reason being, if you really want to know, is because the house was in foreclosure. And I told everybody about the house being in foreclosure. I had the paperwork. I even called him, right? He came to my room, started screaming and hollering. And I said, listen, I told him.
I'm sorry, who's the owner of the house right
He is.
now?
I'm the owner.
Well, then what does that have to, what does foreclosure have to, it's not an
Well, let me tell
opportunity
you why,
for you to
because
ski
reason
out
I
on
pay him
rent?
rent because he told me, I want you out, keep your rent money.
Yeah, but you didn't get out. You stayed there. He wanted you out
He
and
said-
keep your rent money. Let me describe what that means.
Right.
Get out and keep your rent money.
Right.
You just kept your rent money and didn't get out.
Okay, well,
Okay.
that's what
so
New York
when
does.
did the roaches become a problem worthy of court? After you filed an eviction.
Yes, ma'am.
You filed this case when?
Oh, the 29th of January.
After he got a court order ordering you out?
Well, I had given him
The 29th of January, when did the judge sign the order saying he has to get out?
29th of January, he
Oh,
got
the same day.
the
You
eviction,
filed
yes.
this case on the same day
Yes.
that the judge issued the order.
Yes.
And in this case, you're suing for $2,800. Let's discuss what you're suing for. Because according to you, the roaches created this damage.
Yes.
Okay, $1,500 for wrestling dolls. What the heck are wrestling dolls?
Okay, these are these figurines, right? They were still reason they were so expensive. They're so worse than what they are now. Is because they were mint condition. They were still in their packaging.
What are they?
Dolls.
Like a
Wrestling-
Barbie doll?
No, but these were solid rubber. They're not like these movable dolls. These were from 1985. Okay, so they were.
Do you have them?
No, I had to throw them away. They were so.
You bought them at a flea market. You telling me you paid $1,500 for them at a flea
No,
market?
I only paid $100. But I was
So
going to.
how are you going to prove they're worth $1,500?
Well, I had done research on
Okay,
how
can
much
you
they
prove
were.
they're worth $1,500?
Ma'am, I gave the paperwork. These are the dolls.
Can you prove that's what you had?
That,
Do you have any
unfortunately,
pictures of
I cannot
them
do.
anywhere?
That I can't do.
I mean, because anybody, I can go on the internet now and
All right, I gave-
price whatever I
all
want.
right, there's
you
some
know?
more, sir.
Do you have any proof that you ever owned wrestling dolls?
Yes, but she's not here because of her situation. I submitted an affidavit from a lady who I've known for over 10 years. She's willing to swear. You can speak to her on the phone. I gave.
No, that's not how we do things.
Okay,
I have to see
but
the
I
whites
gave a
of their
letter.
eyes.
She wrote a letter.
So what else do you say was destroyed by roaches? $300 of PS3 games, 6 games. How were games destroyed by roaches?
They got inside the packaging. They got inside. They were all over.
I'm sorry, what are the games? Are they chips or are they a DVD?
No, they're like DVDs.
So how does a roach eat a DVD? I mean, roaches are gross as can
Ma'am,
be, but
it
how do they
wasn't
eat
that.
a DVD? I've never heard of such
It's
a
that they
thing.
defecated all over them.
Okay.
And the the thing was, my PlayStation player, they got inside.
Do you have any proof of that?
The lady who wrote this letter.
No. Do you have any pictures of any games that are damaged
No,
so
I
that
threw
you can collect
everything away.
$300 for damaged games?
I tried. I couldn't do anything. They were so nasty. It was just
Why
so
couldn't
infested.
you take a picture of it? You have a phone?
I had a phone. I do have a phone. I have actually 2 phones. This one has
Okay, do
pictures
your phones
of the
take
roaches.
pictures?
Yes, they do.
Okay. Were you able to take other pictures that you brought to court here
Yes,
today?
I did take
so
pictures.
So you could have taken pictures
I
of the
could have
things you
taken
say are
pictures,
damaged.
but they were
All right,
just too
a
bad.
Dell laptop,
Yes, ma'am.
a refrigerator, a TV, $110 in DVDs and $100 in a DVD player. Do you have anything from some professional saying that roaches ate the wires? Because roaches, I don't know that they eat wires.
Okay, it wasn't.
Roaches eat glue. I know they eat glue. They can get into your books and eat your glue, but
what happened was, okay, I was one day I came home. I was gonna play a video game. I had my games. I turned it on. It popped. Blue spark came out. I unplugged it.
I want you
took
to
it to a shop and asked a friend of mine to take a look at it. We opened it up. He opens it up. There's roaches all in it. So we had to throw it away.
Okay. Do you have a receipt from that place that you took it there?
No, ma'am. This was
the guy's a friend, but you
Right.
don't have anything from that place.
No, ma'am.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, a little coincidental here that he's claiming, there are roaches, same day that he's ordered evicted. What do you think?
I think it's very coincidental.
Is he working the system?
He's definitely working the system.
What do you think?
Definitely working the system. I think he's really milking it. Definitely.
What do you think? I mean, would somebody complain much earlier if there were roaches?
Probably.
Probably?
I definitely.
How long would you tolerate roaches for before telling
0 days.
Exactly, 0 days going inside the courtroom.
Do you have anything from any professional to say that a Dell laptop was ruined by roaches eating the wires? But I don't even know if there are
No,
wires in a
no,
Dell
I don't.
laptop. I don't know how would the roaches ruin the Dell laptop?
They got inside the council.
You could say that till the cows come home, but you need to say something that's believable to the judge.
Okay.
It has to be roach behavior. I have never heard anybody say what you're saying. So now I need some proof because I'm a little skeptical. I mean, you know why I'm skeptical, right? Because I got to be real careful that you didn't just do this in retaliation because you got evicted because, I don't know, the landlord wants you to pay rent.
Right.
You're so unreasonable.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Because you go out, you march out, and you file this roach case on the day that you're ordered to leave.
Right.
And then, by the way, he tries to negotiate with you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And
The
he
next
asks
day
you
he
for
called me.
you to give him $500.
I would have given
rent
the
is
money, but I told him, give me the key, and then I gave you the $500.
Are you
to go.
kidding me?
Yes, ma'am.
It's
decided
never
that.
it's hostage.
Yes,
It's a
he never-
hostage situation.
He said no. He said no, you're going to take me
Landlord-tenant
to
court
court.
is a hostage negotiation system in this.
When did I call you and ask you for?
And you would have given it to him. That's the sad part. I believe you. I know you would have given it to him.
No.
All right. So here we are now. He files a case on the same day. He's suing you for $2,800. How much are you suing him for? At $38 in damages, and you don't have a whit of evidence that the roaches did the damage you're talking about.
Ma'am, all I
Anything.
can
Give me
just show-
anything to prove the roaches did the damage.
All I can show you is this is
Okay,
every
you have
day.
a picture of a close-up
Right?
picture of a napkin where there's brown stuff on it. You're telling me that's roach defecation?
Yes, this was roach defecation.
Okay,
It was-
let's assume that I believe you,
Right.
that is roach defecation. Gotcha.
You can even
now
see
do
the
you
roach
have
eggs.
any proof of $2,800 worth of damage? That means you give me something to prove they damaged every single electronic in your house. Anything. Have one person who specializes in this say, that's roach damage. I've seen that before. Yes, indeedy, that's
No,
roach
I
damage.
don't. Unfortunately,
Anything.
I
The fridge. How about the games that you say were ruined? How about a picture of the games? Because you could do that with the naked eye.
Right.
Nothing. Because, you know why? Because the roaches may have been gross, but they were good enough for you to still cling on to the place and only to sue when you thought it would give you leverage.
don't. That's
My
not true.
verdict is for the defendants.
Thank you, sir.
Well, here he comes, a plaintiff out here with nothing. Come on in here, except pictures of whatever that was. What's your feeling here?
Listen, I didn't have no proof, okay? Unfortunately, I accept the judge's decision, but at least I know one thing. This man is a slumlord. That's what we have in New York City, slumlords like him. And I hope to God people, if they see him, don't rent from
Why'd you
him.
live there for that long under those
Well,
conditions?
I'm on disability, okay? I don't have that kind of the means or anything to just
You couldn't
move
find
in.
anywhere else. You
No.
willing to endure those conditions?
No, I'm not. I'm going to be leaving. I'm going to be leaving very soon. Even if I have to go into a men's shelter, I'm going to be leaving just to get away from it. This wasn't about the money and everything. It's I had property. It was damaged in this place. Even the courts ordered him to exterminate the place.
All right. Well, good luck with
Thank you.
with your next place. All right. So step on in here. What do you make of his case here? Come on.
I'm very proud that the judge will make a very good decision on my behalf. And I hope that other landlords take this into consideration with tenants before screening them properly before you take them in.
All right. He couldn't prove anything in there, so he lost. But is there a roach problem there? You got roaches?
Not now. We have the
No roaches, no roach.
No roach.
Not
no
one
rats.
roach in the whole
Neither, nothing. We got it sprayed because it was an order from the judge in Queens to get it looked after. It's okay. Everything is good. I have other tenants living there. No complaint for years.
All right, what do you think, Harvey?
Okay, Kurt, how to say the plaintiff's case stinks. It is not coincidental. I mean, the timing of this case and the roach claim, absolutely relevant, something the judge could consider, and probably the turning point in the case. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
I had that dream again. My small business needs to hire, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire wrong. So then I'm doing IT, and when I go to plug the servers in, they become sentient, and they won't let us access our network unless we forward their chain emails and memes to more and more and more people, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant finds and invites best fit candidates to apply, so you can discover talent you may have missed. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/quality. Start hiring today with LinkedIn.
This is the plaintiff, Vincent Peter Mills. He says he bought a car from the defendant, got it insured, and when he went to the DMV to register it, they confiscated the title. They told him the title was tampered with. It was now void, and they advised him to return the car and get his money back. He had to jump through hoops to get a clean title on the car. It cost him an extra $1,508.46, and that's just what he's suing for today. This is the defendant, Eric Dimitro. He says he did nothing wrong. It was the plaintiff who fouled things up with the DMV. The guy never filled out the title reassignment paper, and all the problems he had with the DMV were his fault. He tried to help the plaintiff out, but once he called the cops on him, that was the last straw. He's accused of getting touchy over a title.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff bought a car from the defendant, and the title was wonky. The defendant says the plaintiff messed up the title with the DMV.
Litigants
It's
have
the
been
case
sworn,
of I'm
Your Honor.
entitled to title.
Vincent Peter Mills, you are suing Eric Dimitro for $1,508.46 in money that you had to expend to get a car he sold you registered. Tell me what happened.
Okay, on November 4th, I met with Mr. Dimitro to take a look at his car. It's a 2002 Nissan Altima. And I had a friend with me at the time, a mechanic, who was to check out the car with me. So we liked the car, seemed it was okay. And at that time, he also gave me a
Finally,
title.
somebody who brings a mechanic, and then he doesn't have a mechanical problem he's suing for. That's why. Okay, so go ahead.
So at that time, paid him $2,800 for the car. And he gave me a title, a reassignment from Delaware, and a bill of sale.
Okay, what is that?
It's something that I got from the person that I bought it from. Because
Who did you buy it from?
I bought it from a person on Craigslist. And I re-advertised it back on Craigslist.
I'm trying to understand what you do. Is this your business that you buy low, sell high? What?
No, it was actually a car flip. I know a lot about cars, and I bought it at a good price, and I sold it at a good price.
Did you drive it or do anything to it in between?
No.
Okay, and so it was never registered in your name?
No.
All right, and then the paperwork you received from the seller in Delaware was what? Do you have a photocopy of it so I can see it?
No, but I believe he should have that.
Do you have a photocopy of the paper? I guarantee to you he doesn't. I guarantee to you that he used it and that was that because nobody thinks that. Do you have one?
I have the Delaware reassignment that he gave me. I have a copy of the title.
Wow, look at that.
Hold on, let me hold on to that feeling.
Give it a second, quiet.
Hold on. Wow, hand it over.
I actually have the original. That's all of it.
Okay, so this is what he handed you.
Yes.
This is actually what he handed you?
That's actually the Delaware reassignment. There's a copy of the title because the DMV confiscated the original title.
Okay. So area of erasure, you put here a little sticky. What was that?
Because on the copy it's not really clear. The last number of the mileage.
All right, now, Delaware dealer's reassignment. Was this blank when you got it?
I did not fill out the year, make, and model. I just filled out the total price, the year, make, and model under the Delaware dealer assignment 1. I filled that out and my name and address. At the top line, that was already there.
Okay. Who filled out the odometer reading
It wasn't me.
on the dealer reassignment? Kind of looks like your handwriting, though.
It was me. I'm sorry.
It was you. Okay.
It was me.
So the title says Mileage. Who's Richardson Imports? Is that you? Well, how many different people are involved in this? This says printed name of dealer, Progressive GM, but the title says owner Richardson Imports. Who's Richardson Imports?
Like I explained to the gentleman, the day I bought it, I did not look into the paperwork either. So
Yeah, but
I didn't.
you have an obligation when you sell a car to give good title. That's the only thing you got to do. Everything else, it's buyer beware. But the one thing you've got to do is give good title.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but everything was open. Everything was clear. All the
No,
buyer
it's not
section.
open. This is this pre-printed stuff I'm looking at.
Oh, okay.
The title says owner Richardson Imports. The Delaware reassignment dealer's reassignment says printed name of dealer Progressive GM.
Mm-hmm. It should be somewhere in
So
the
it's
back.
like jump title. So they didn't have title, you don't have title, but I mean, I don't know how you expect him to register. What ended up happening? You went to the DMV, what happened?
I went to the DMV. They told me I couldn't register the car. And on further inspection, they looked at the title and they saw that it had been tampered with. They confiscated the title.
Because the title says that the mileage is 20,000. What kind of car is this?
A Nissan Altima.
2002. And it says that the mileage is 20,000 miles on a 2002 on a 10-year-old car?
I think that's why they snatched it.
Well,
yeah, and then, but this document, the dealer reassignment, says it's 122,000, which would mean that the eraser's in the wrong place. The erasure probably happened in the front. But this problem caused him certain expenses. According to you, those expenses are what?
Those
the
expenses
$250 paid to the mechanic. Why would he ever, under any circumstances, have to pay for that when that's something you did in order to buy the car? And it turns out the car's mechanically sound anyway, which still wouldn't be his problem because it's an as-is sale. But why would he have to pay you $250 for the mechanic?
Well, having to flip through so many hoops, I was so angry with him that the mechanic helped communicate with him because I didn't get anywhere
The answer to that one's no. All right,
Okay.
and then the next expense is amount owed for car insurance from November to December because according to, you finally ended up being able to title the car, right?
Yes.
How did you end up titling the car?
I spoke with the dealer in Delaware, and we spoke over the course of a week or two. He said he was going to get the title. I had to put pressure on him with the Delaware DMV and tell him if he doesn't help me, he's going to be complaints issued and it'd be difficult for him to get his cars registered. And back and forth with him, he put me in touch with a third person who finally, I had to go back out to Brooklyn. It finally came with a Florida reassignment, another Delaware reassignment.
You mean a prior owner?
I really didn't understand it, but I guess so. So that's how it went. We finally got the car registered after all that time and having to go through so many hoops.
So you finally got it registered when, in December?
December 28th, I believe, delivered it.
Okay, so you're asking for your car insurance for the month you weren't able to drive the car because you couldn't register it. You're asking for parking. Can I see proof of the car insurance? All right, and your parking garage charges because you couldn't leave the car out on the street because it wasn't registered. Okay,
right.
So prove to me your parking garage charges. That's kind of weird. These are kind of the receipt books that you can get at a. And I'm not used to seeing it like
didn't
this.
park
This
it
is
in
kind
the garage.
of
I rented
Walgreens
it
receipt
from
books, you know? What?
I rented it from a friend.
Ah, from a friend. Okay. Car rental, gas tolls, and buses. Do you have proof of that?
Yes.
Why would somebody pay for your gas? What are you putting gas in? You can't drive this car.
Oh, I had to rent the car
Oh, I see.
for the rental.
But wouldn't you pay gas? I mean, gas is something that you would be paying whether the car worked or didn't work. It's not something you were forced to expend extra. Assuming that you're reimbursed for the car rental, gas was always going to be on you. It was never going to be free. It's not free for the rest of us. You understand what I'm saying? Like, in other words, the rental makes you whole. All right. And how are you proving the amount of your lost wages?
I have my the form I have to submit to take the time.
So let me see it. And why lost wages? If you rented a car, you were able to get to work. So why would you be suing for lost wages?
No, I took the bus to work. I had to take days off. It's a long story. I had to go to.
Because in order to deal with everything you're saying.
They told me to file a civil suit, and where I live, I went to the New Jersey courts. I took the buses there. They told me I couldn't because the incident occurred in Brooklyn. So they said, go to New York. So I went to the Bronx court. They told me, well, if you file it here, it'll probably take a long time because we'll end up sending it to Brooklyn. So then I went to the Brooklyn court. And I went through lots of hoops to try to make this thing happen.
I know. So what say you to all that?
It's a lot to swallow.
It is a lot to swallow. It's a real pain. Is this how you do business all the time?
No.
Okay.
It didn't occur that way.
It didn't occur that way. Tell me how it occurred.
Okay. The day he went to register the car at DMV, okay, and I have to speak the truth, he's a gentleman. He called me as a gentleman. He never argued with me or anything. Okay, the day he went to register the car at DMV, he never filled out the reassignment, which I sold the car, flipped it.
How do you know that?
Because I asked him that.
But that's the paperwork.
They said he never filled out the reassignment.
Who's they?
DMV.
How would you get a person in DMV to tell you about a transaction that they had with one person out of 200 that
No,
day?
he was telling me because there was a he didn't know where to sign his name on the reassignment. He didn't know where to sign his information on the reassignment. When he asked me this, he was at DMV. So he kept on going to DMV. They kept on giving him a problem because he wasn't signing the right information in the reassignment.
Wait, stop. You can't just say what you want to say. You have to prove to me that you know what you're talking about. Okay. How do you know what his problem with DMV was? Because he called you and said what?
He doesn't know where to fill out his information.
What difference does that make? If there's
This
a
was the problem.
reassignment, in other words, was he supposed to have filled that out before? What difference does it make if you fill it out at the counter?
He was supposed to fill it out before he went to DMV.
But why? Because we're trying to fool DMV into thinking what?
Because the state, the law, when you buy a car with a reassignment, they thinking you bought it from a dealer to DMV. So you're supposed to sign all information. Any real dealership.
But why can't you sign it at the counter? Why would that be a problem at DMV?
I don't know.
I'm not following. Unless we're trying to fool DMV into thinking somebody else signed it.
Maybe you could go that way.
Oh no, well then you got to explain to me because then I have to understand. So you sold him a car with the understanding that the reassignment's supposed to be filled out by whom? I guess that's what I'm asking.
The buyer. The minute
he is the buyer. So what difference does it make that he didn't sign it until he got to the counter?
He went blank to a DMV without signing it. That's why.
I think you're making it up as you go along.
No, you can even ask him.
Yeah, because you're not the guy at the counter. This is the guy who's at the counter.
This is what he explained to me.
What about the fact that there's like a 100,000 mile difference on the odometer and that somebody's messing with the odometer? What about that?
So if the title isn't clear, can the buyer undo the deal?
They should definitely be able to have that chance to undo the deal because that's just wonky, you know?
Except it's a private sale. You could say, well, it's as is, tough luck, you take your chances. Is title different?
I think the title is as important as the car itself. Without proof of ownership, and you're basically left with not being able to register it or do anything else with it.
I'm going to leave it at that because I think you nailed it. Going inside the courtroom.
What about the fact that the title has one owner, Richardson Imports, and that the assignment has a dealer named Progressive? Those are two different entities. What about that? You think maybe that had something to do with the problem at the counter?
Possible.
Oh, you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If he registered the car, got back the title in his name, what am I doing here?
You cost him a bunch of time and trouble, and he wants you to pay. Because you have an obligation. You have one thing you got to do when you sell a used car, okay? You can't lie about it. You can't give a warranty you don't honor. Three things. You can't give a warranty you don't honor, and you got to give good title. The only responsibility you have is to give good title that he can walk over to the DMV and file. What ended up happening instead is that you gave him a title that stuff wasn't done properly on throughout the many people who owned it. It had, the title had one mileage, the reassignment had another mileage. The title had one name, the reassignment had another name. So you cost him Herculean efforts, time, trouble, and money, and he wants you to pay it. Do you understand it now? Because I'm gonna make you pay it. All right. Based on the evidence that you presented, I find as follows. You're not entitled to the mechanic charge. You would have spent that anyway. You are entitled to the car insurance charges that you were able to prove. You're not entitled to the parking garage charges because I just don't find that you've presented sufficient proof that you actually paid that. You are entitled to the car rental. Gas is something you would have spent anyway. Tolls is something you did not provide me with proof of, right?
Right.
Okay, and you would have spent for tolls anyway. And you are entitled to what you have been able to prove in terms of your bus fares. And I'm going to find that you're entitled to your lost wages. Because you can't just do what you want and, you know, kind of not follow the rules and then cost somebody this kind of grief and aggravation and not pay. So I find in your favor in the amount of $908.36, and I'm ordering the defendant to pay you that sum. Good luck, folks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, here comes the defendant out of the courtroom. Step right over here.
What's your take on the outcome of this case?
To be honest with you, he wanted to, sue me for all that he's got. He had a problem with the title. He got the title. He got the car registered. I mean, what more do you want? You want to charge me for car washes too? Come on, it's out of hand.
Well, it's the fact that he had to go through a lot of trouble to get those things done.
But I mean, it must have really been a great deal if he suffered that hard because he's keeping the car. So I guess he wants his cake and he wants to eat it too,
Well, what did you learn here?
What did I learn?
You don't want to be back in court again, I don't think, right?
No, just got to watch who you deal with.
So you think it was the individual, nothing you did?
Not that it was my fault.
Okay.
'Cause on both sides, you have to watch what you deal with. The person I got it from, the person I sold it to.
Okay.
So obviously it was the same thing. Nah, sir.
All right. Okay, sir, you satisfied?
Yes, I am.
You didn't get everything you sued for.
But you know what? The guy talks smooth, but he's doing shiesty dealings. So you know what? I'm glad it turned out in my favor.
You picked him.
No comment.
What did you learn?
What did I learn? Sometimes you should just settle things in court.
All right, Harvey.
Okay, the key to this case is very simple. You cannot sell a car unless you have clear title. If the title isn't clear, in good standing, if you will, then you know what? The person who buys it from you can undo that deal. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This is the plaintiff, Vasha Shoklar. She says she purchased a 7-day trip to Europe from the defendant's travel agency, and she purchased insurance. Wouldn't you know it, she got very sick in Switzerland on the first day of the trip, had to fly back to New York, and now the insurance she purchased from the defendant won't reimburse her. She's suing for $3,500, the cost of her wasted trip. This is the defendant, Tatiana. She says the woman came into her store after returning from Switzerland and said, rather shockingly, "Why didn't you tell me it was cold and snowing in Switzerland?" How can she promise customers what the weather's going to be like? She doesn't know. No one does. She told the plaintiff to submit the proper paperwork to the insurance company. She failed to give them a doctor's note, and they denied her claim. Well, she's sorry, but she just sells the insurance. She's accused of a snow job.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff bought a 7-day European package from the defendant's travel agency, got insurance, but then got sick and had to cut the trip short in Switzerland. But the defendant says the plaintiff didn't submit a doctor's note. That's why the insurance didn't pay. It's the case of the Swiss Miss.
Douglas. Okay, Ms. Scolia, you are suing the travel agency represented here by Tatiana. You are the manager and you have power of attorney by the owner to represent, right?
Yes.
Okay. For $3,500, the amount of money that you spent on a trip because you purchased trip insurance and you believe that your claim should have been paid. Okay. Tell me what's going on.
Middle of May, my children decided to bring me gift and send me on the trip, interesting trip.
Where was the trip to?
Switzerland.
Switzerland?
Yes.
Okay.
And I bought insurance together.
Trip insurance. Okay. Do you have the paperwork from your trip insurance?
Yes.
May I see it? So go on. So who is the gentleman with you?
My husband.
Your husband. Did he go with you on the trip?
No.
No.
I'm alone because he's working. I'm now I'm lost my voice. I'm sick a little bit, and he have to help me if I cannot tell.
No, I'm wondering why you didn't take him to Switzerland. I'm not wondering why you did take him to court. I'm wondering why you didn't take him to Switzerland.
No, I'm sorry. He was working.
He was working. Okay.
Yes.
All right, so go with him. All right, and so you go to Switzerland, and what happens?
I came in Switzerland. I feel it's good, and we go to trip in Zurich, okay? And after first day, next day was Sunday, because I came to Zurich Saturday, and on Sunday, I feel no good. It's bad.
What did you felt no good? You got sick?
Yes,
What was wrong with you?
I have a pain in my stomach, and I have a cough and nausea. And more problem.
Did you go to a
because
doctor there?
I have to go to doctor, but I cannot go because it was Sunday, number one. Number two, I have to go to the hospital, but I have not money. I have not money because immediately I have to pay $300 on doctor and maybe $200 for X-ray on my body.
How do you know?
But I have not money.
Do you have insurance, health insurance?
Yes, I have.
Why wouldn't your health insurance cover you?
Health insurance want to cover me more later, but I have to pay immediately.
Okay. All right, so what did you do instead? You came back to America?
Yes, I decided to come back to America.
All right. Did you see a doctor when you got back to America?
Yes.
And do you have any paperwork from that doctor?
Yes, I have, but my visit to doctor. I am going to doctor.
Okay, I have a question for you. When did you see the doctor when you came to America?
After one.
When did you see the doctor? What date did you see the doctor?
What date? June 4.
May I see
June
it?
4.
Her trip was supposed to be from when to when?
Her trip was supposed to be May 24 till June 1.
And you came back to America when?
27.
27?
Yes.
Why did you wait from May 27 until June 4th, 3 days after you were scheduled to come back, to go to a doctor?
Yes. I feel no good. I feel bad. I cannot go to doctor and my doctor cannot.
When people feel bad, they go to the hospital, they go to the doctor. That's what they do. And the problem that you have is that you have insurance where you got to prove that you didn't just change your mind, not like the people you were there with, or as you think. What is it you think might have happened when she got to Switzerland? That she thought it was too cold?
That's what she said when she came to our office after she came back from the trip.
What did she say to you? Did she tell you she was sick?
Yeah, she said she got sick there and the weather was too cold and she had to come back due to her medical reason.
Okay. You're the travel agency.
Yes.
Tell me about the insurance.
Okay, as a travel agency, we provided for our client land portion of her trip. Air ticket was bought in a different place.
A different agency?
Different agency.
Okay, hold on.
This agency, she worked for her airline ticket, sent her to us to buy the land portion. Because we are wholesalers.
Okay.
We work with all Russian-speaking agencies all around America.
Okay.
And agencies send us clients for the land portion of the trip.
Okay.
So in this case, the ticket was sold by the travel agent.
I heard that. Okay, and so how about the insurance?
And also we provided insurance for the total trip.
Okay, and who is the insurer? Is it a third-party insurer?
Third-party, reliable company.
What is the name of the company?
Travel Guard.
So she bought the insurance. This is the policy that you handed me. It says Travel Guard. Did you make a claim against Travel Guard, your insurance company?
I send my
and they rejected the claim because you didn't have a doctor's note until 8 days later.
Okay, I'm assuming everybody here has gone on a trip at one time or another and put good, important stuff in a suitcase, or had to cut the trip short. Have you ever bought travel insurance?
No, I haven't. My stuff isn't that valuable anyway, so I can always...
Yeah, but what if you have to cut the trip short because you're sick? You can get insurance for that, insurance money.
You could, but generally pretty healthy, so I take my chances.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a travel agent.
Wow. You're kidding me, right?
No. No, and often credit card companies provide insurance, travel insurance as well, so it's often not necessary to buy extra.
Wow. Going inside the courtroom.
Here's the thing. You bought certain insurance, and the insurance has certain rules. And one of the rules is they want a doctor's note when you say that you're sick.
Yes.
Because otherwise people would just make it up, change their mind, go home, and then want the travel insurance to kick in for illness. So they have to have proof that you're ill. So, but that's the insurance policy you bought. I didn't buy that insurance policy. He didn't buy that insurance. She didn't buy that insurance. You bought that insurance policy, and that's your insured. Why the Travel Guard are the people that you should sue if you think you can win. I think you have a very difficult case no matter what, because you didn't go to a doctor like you're supposed to according to your insurance policy. So if you're going to tell them, I didn't get around to it until 8 days later, and then you go see a doctor who says, patient says she had intestinal problems 8 days ago, because that's what your doctor's note says. He's trying to help you, but he can't lie for you. So you have a problem, but that's between you and Travel Guard, not between you and the travel agency. So my verdict in this case is for the travel agency. Good luck.
Well, here's the plaintiff coming out in the hallway on the losing end of this case here. Step right in here.
Yeah.
You understand the judge's ruling?
Yes, I understand, but this insurance company stay in other state. I cannot go to court. Sent to court in another state.
You can't sue them because they're in another state?
In other state, yes, of course.
There
I sent
might be a way.
document.
Look into it. There might be a way. All right, head right around the corner here. Good luck. That's what you have to do. So head right around. Sorry. All right, so come on in here. What do you think of this outcome? You're smiling. I don't know why.
Because we won, and I think this is the right way to be. We are travel agents, and we are not responsible for the travel insurance, whichever decision they give to the client.
Okay, over to Harvey then.
Okay, Kurt, it is so important, especially something like this where you buy insurance, and you have to know exactly what you need to do in order to collect money. Even if you think the requirement doesn't make sense or is a waste of time, it doesn't matter. You have to comply with it, or else it is a basis for denying your claim. No matter how stupid you think it is, it doesn't matter. What you want is your money, and you have to follow every single requirement.